Hello everyone. Today's book is The Princess in Black and the Bathtime Battle. Chapter 6. The heroes struck battle poses. The stink was a monster after all. And there it sat, in a goat pasture, being stinky. The stinky monster chewed on a dirty cloud. It waved. At last we can fight the stink, said the princess in black. As soon as that monster says eat goats, let's wage battle. Said Stinky Monster burped. The goat avenger said, you may not eat that. Wait, said the princess in black. It didn't say eat goats. That was just a burp. Cartwheel Queen held her nose. A stinky burp, she said. Back, burp, the flower girl shouted. She fanned her bouquet at the burp. Yes, let's try some battle cries, said the princess in black. Behave, beast! The stinky monster wiped its nose on the back of its paw. Back to your infernal peat, said the goat avenger. Stinky monster scratched under its armpit. Goat gagged. You may not gag the goats, shouted Miss Fixit. The sneaky monster lay down on its back. It watched the clouds float by. Monster? Said the princess in black. The stinky monster plucked goo from its ear. It blushed the goo through its head fur. How do I fix this? Asked Miss Fixit. Chapter 7. The princess in blankets and her unicorn, Corny, throated into the goat pasture. She had come for a hero princess playdate. The pasture was the perfect place for the playdate. Sunshine, grassy slopes, fresh air. And sometimes monsters came out of the hole and they could wage battle. Hooray! There was a monster in the pasture today and some friends, she waved. The princess in blankets, she started, stared and shouted. But then the stick cloud hit her. Argh, she said, toppling off Corny's back. What happened to all the fresh air? Clothes spilled off her head. Miss Fixit picked him up. Said Miss Fixit. What if we give the monster a bath? The hero princesses all sat together. The goat avenger would have said it too, but he was running to the shed to fetch the goat's tub. Chapter 8. The stinky monster was stinkier than a full litter tray. It was stinkier than a blocked toilet. It was stinkier than a pile of dirty nappies on a hot summer's day. Stinky Monster was so stinky, it was more stink than monster. The heroes were armed with clothes and scrubbing brushes, water buckets, and goat soap, and one thing, goat-sized tub. But the stink was too gross. The stink, it's too gross, said the princess in blanket. They couldn't get near the monster. We can't even get near the monster, the flower girl. The princess in black pointed at the tub. Monster, you need a bath, she said. No, said the monster. Oh, but behave, beast, said Cartwheel Queen, and get in the tub. No, but, said the monster. Others and moo cows, said the princess in blankets. What can we do? Chapter 9. The goat avenger took a deep breath and then ran into the stink cloud. He said, ah! Then he said, ah! And then he fainted from the smell. The princess in black hooked the goat avenger's ankle with a rope. She pulled him back to safety. Hero, she said, none of us can do this alone. We need support. We need to work together. Hmm, we can get near it, said Miss Fixit. So maybe we can wash it for a distance. A big distance, said Flower Girl. So they made a plan. From a big distance. Ready? Said Mix Fixit. Flower Girl leaped onto Horsefly's back. Cartwheel Queen put her hands up, ready to cartwheel. The Princess in Black and the Princess in Blankets aimed horses. Now, said Mix Fixit. The Goat Avenger turned on water. Cartwheel Queen cartwheeled around the monster, spraying soap as she went. From above, Flower Girl dropped bath bulbs. The monster roared. It was a huge body soaking wet mass. The stink wasn't gone, but it was better than before. Now the horse heroes could get closer. No bats, roared the monster. Yes, bats, said the princess in black. Bat, roared the monster. He swallowed the water and some of the soap. It took a bite out of the tub, and it burped up a bathtub. You may not hear back, said the princess in black, and so the heroes and the stinky monster wagged bedtime. Soapy sleep, water splat, twinkle twinkle little splash. Chapter 10. The heroes didn't stop until there was no more stinky monster. Now it was a fluffy monster. It was the fluffiest fluff of a monster the heroes had ever seen. "Oh, it's so cute," said Flower Girl. The fluffy monster sniffed its fur. It snuffled its armpit. It sighed a high sigh of relief. So did the tiny monster, finally untangled from the funky fur. "Aw, there's the cutest," said Flower Girl. The monster sniffed the air. Now that the stink was gone, they could smell the goats. "Goats!" said the tiny monster. "Eat goats!" said a fluffy monster. The heroes struck battle poses. "You may not eat goats," they got to say at last. They were a lot of heroes. The monsters looked at each other. They shrugged. "Okay," said the tiny monster. "Bye bye," said the fluffy monster. And together they jumped back into Monsterland. "Phew," said the princess in black. "I never could have washed that stinky monster all by myself. That was a situation too stinky for a single hero," said the Goat Avenger. "Yes, it's good to have support," said the princess in blanket. "How can we find each other if we need help again?" "I have an idea," said Mix Fixit. She showed them a small pink stone. "I discovered that when I shine a light through it, a pink sparkle twinkled in the sky." "I have a stone just like that," said the princess in blankets. Princess Sneezeworth gave it to me. "I got one from Princess Honeysucker," said Cartwheel Queen. "Mine was a gift from Princess Orchild," said Mix Fixit. "And I have one from Princess Snapdragon," said Flower Girl. "Isn't it wonderful?" said the princess in black. "How many princesses and heroes are friends?" All of my friends are princesses and heroes," said the Goat Avenger. "Also goats, and a really interesting squirrel." "Squeak," said the squirrel. "Whenever we need help," said the princess in black, "we can shine a light into a stone, and then Sparkle's signal will show up in the sky." "Who knows?" said the princess in blankets. "Maybe there are even more heroes out there. Maybe they see it too." Okay, this is the end for today's story. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.